yang dah completed activity completion semua ini kan, saya boleh generate report. Saya boleh tengok kan, siapa ada hantar tak kan, ni macam ni semua, Chris ada hantar, semua, okay. So I can generate that lah, jadi LD ya, okay tak apa. So when I come to the tanda markah final exam itu, saya akan tengok inilah, siapa yang biasa submit itu, nanti saya akan kasih additional mark. Yang ni tengok, semua submit, bagus. Alright, now let's discuss. I'm going to combine the discussion, walaupun hanya 2 orang saja yang the answer, but continue try, no? You can continue submit lah, walaupun nanti saya akan discuss kemudian. Lepas ni continue submit also. Is it clear? Don't think that because saya discuss lepas tu tak mau submit dah. Even though I already discuss submit juga, sebab nanti saya akan tengok report kan. Okay, let me share the slide. So, because to be fair lah, saya semalam baru suruh buat C kan, tak submit itu tak apa. Hari ni saya discuss, lepas tu you cuba buat lagi dan you submit. Okay. So, there are 2 tutorial for forecasting. Tutorial 2 dengan 6. Okay, I going to, I should record lah. Tak ada orang alert saya record lah. Can't record. It's proven lah, it's proven turn the camera off lah. Sekejap saja, tak sampai setengah jam saya dah boleh upload. So I got to press record. Perasan tak, sekejap saja. Mungkin tak check lah, siapa yang check kan. Lepas kelas kita tak sampai setengah jam kan, saya dah boleh upload the record very fast as compared to last time. Okay, so this is the video that discuss about tutorial solution for forecasting. No doubt there are 2 chapters for forecasting, part 1 and part 2, but the tutorial I'm going to combine the discussion into one video, which is this video lah. So there are 2 tutorials. One is tutorial 2, and then there's another one I think is tutorial 6. Okay, let's start with tutorial 2. Tutorial 2, A, B, and C. A and B, 20 of you have done and submitted. C, 2 of you have done and submitted. Tutorial 2 ini is tentang a company called, what is it? Carpet City lah. Carpet City. And there's a set of data provided, time series data, because if the data is arranged such a way that according to months and also the demand. Okay, so data provided. Then apa yang dia nak untuk tutorial ini ada 3. Number 1 is to calculate the 3-month moving average forecast. 3-month moving average, method yang paling straightforward. Bila saya kata straightforward maksudnya senang. B ni nak kira weighted 3 month juga, but weighted moving average forecast. Lepas dah calculate, after you have developed the forecast, when we say forecast, it means forecast month number 9 lah. One, you have developed the forecast using 3-month moving average and also weighted 3-month moving average. Then you're going to decide which method should be used. So how are you going to decide? Untuk soalan ini, you're going to decide based on the accuracy measure of MAD. Okay, so ada 3 lah. One is calculate the forecast untuk based on 3-month moving average. Second, based on weighted. Third, calculate accuracy. Soalan ini dia, kalau saya buat soalan ini, saya tak akan sebut for month 4 to 9. I would say calculate the forecast for month number 9. That's it. But orang yang buat soalan ini baik hati lah. Dia takut you silap buat, dia kata 4 to 9. But why for 4? Lighting, lighting means anyone you stay, ini recording, anyone you stay in Skudai. Ada siapa stay dekat Skudai tak? Tak ada? Chris, you stay in Skudai, right? You don't school, Chris. Raining there? Is it raining there? Oh, is it? Okay, so anda right, sama. Okay, so in case kalau tiba-tiba line saya cut off, maksudnya sebab my rumah saya dia senang nak trip lah. Saya pasang yang very sensitive, dia senang nak trip. Kalau trip you tunggu nanti akan sambung balik ya. Okay, so if me, I will not say that for month 4 to 9. I will say for month number 9. Okay, mengapa? Why the soalan ask 4 to 9? Why the soalan didn't ask 1 to 9? Mengapa? Good afternoon, everyone. Mengapa? Because the data, what happened to the data? Macam betul lah, tapi to be more exact ialah sebab dia nak kita kira 3 month. If 3 month means the first 3 months you're not going to forecast. You can't because you need 3 month data to forecast. So therefore, the first 3 months regardless moving average or whether moving average, the first 3 months tak ada forecast. Sebab apa? Sebab kita perlu 3 data untuk buat forecast yang pertama. Okay. So if I want to do forecast we start with this one first. 3 month moving average first. If I want to do forecast based on 3 month moving average for months of April, not for month number 4. So what I will do is I need to find the average of these 3 months. So what is the average of these 3 months? The average 3 months basically is 8 plus 12 plus 7 divided by 3, which is equal to 27,3,9. Betul kan? Okay. Betul, Anis. Thank you, Anis. Then if I want to, I'm not going to do all, just show 2 perhaps. Subsequently, kalau saya nak buat moving average forecast, I want to not buat, I want to develop, I want to predict the forecast. I want to forecast the demand for month number 5. Then what I need to do is I need to use these 3 months, which is equal to 12 plus 7 plus 9 divided by 3. Berapa yang ni? Yang ni dah dapat 9.33. Okay, Anis, thank you very much. Okay, then if I continue doing this, kalau nak buat yang 6, I use this. Tadi dari sini atau daripada sini, okay ya. Okay, I continue doing that, then this will be the number that you get. Semua dapat tak untuk forecast bulan month yang ke-9 itu ialah 11? Dapat? Dapat lah, okay. Okay, great. So next, we look into weighted moving average. Kalau weighted moving average, then there must be a weight lah. There must be a weight. So if we refer to the soalan, the weight that given is 0.55, 0.33, 0.12. Okay. Tetapi soalan doesn't tell you that it's still 3 months. Example, if I want to forecast demand for month number 4 using weighted moving average, 3 month moving average. The ratio is given, the weight is given, but soalan dia tak beritahu yang 0.55 itu saya patut refer kepada bulan 1, 2 or 3. So 0.55, which one I should referring to? Month number 1, month number 2, or month number 3? Month number 1.
Number 1.
Number 1?
Number 1.
Number 3. Why? Number 3 is because the concept of weighted moving average saying that higher weights toward the recent data. Recent data means data yang paling dekat, bulan yang paling dekat dengan 4 ialah bulan 3. So bulan yang paling dekat ini higher weight. So this one. So don't make this mistake. Why? Is because the concept of weighted moving average ialah higher weight on the recent data. Recent data is bulan 3 lah, 0.55. Boleh juga, I also can do in this way that in the soalan, I will say that there are three ratio. The weight is 0.55, 0.33, 0.12 is not given. I just give you, soalan boleh berbunyi macam ini, 3 bulan. Tetapi hanya 2 saja ratio yang dibeli. Satu lagi tak. So you need to calculate this. Means how to calculate that? 1 minus 0.55 minus 0.33, which is equal to 0.12 in case lah. In case not given. So if you try to calculate this, berapa yang dapat? 8 kali 0.12 then plus 12 kali 0.33 plus 7 kali 0.55 dapat berapa? Ada siapa yang dapat? 20% dapat. Berapa? 8. Oh, 8%. Hmm? Keep 2 decimal point. Keep 2 decimal point. If not accuracy will not be accurate. Why? Mengapa? Don't just accept what I tell you now. If I say 2 decimal point, you ask me, Doctor, why 2 decimal, why not 3? Tapi jangan tanya macam marah macam tu lah. Tanya dengan sopan santun lah. So, why 2? It's because like, one of our error calculation by using MAPD. What is it? P is percent, right? Percentage must maintain 2 decimal point lah. If not, you're not able to calculate the percent, right? You get what I mean? Yeah, okay, alright. Okay, so ini dapat 8.77. To make the calculation clearer, then I change a little bit. Oh, tak ada lah. Okay, so if I want to calculate yang bulan 5, then is 0.12 kali 12, 0.33 kali 7, then 0.55 kali 9. I top up these 3. Then I will get berapa? Apa yang anda kira? Dah bilang berapa? 8.7. Okay, thank you very much. Okay. But there's one thing. Macam mana nak put it lah? Okay lah, tak apa lah. Kita mesti terus terang lah. Walaupun record. Because final exam will be online lah. I know you all very smart. This type of thing, you have a view a spreadsheet, Excel to calculate. Okay, I expect in the final. Okay, so if you continue calculate this, you'll get this. 8.7, 8.7. I don't expect that in the assessment, you just show me this. Jangan tunjuk macam ni saja. Ini. And you must calculate. Show the steps how you get this number. But saya mesti apalah, tak boleh too extreme lah. Perhaps you don't need to show everyone, but at least you need to show 3 kali. 3 kali tunjuk macam mana step by step you get this number. You get what I mean? Jangan tunjuk this number only. Well, because easily you can key into the Excel and then the number will appear. So, but I want you to show the step how you get this number at least 3 kali. Is it clear? Clear, okay. And also recorded lah, good recorded lah. I told you already 3 kali. Nanti exam kalau apa tak ada markah sebab saya dah sebut, saya boleh cari balik video recording hari ni. Okay. So kita dah, okay, so with that A and B, which is if based on A, which is the moving average 3 months, the forecast is 11 for month of 9. Kalau ikut weighted moving average is 11.22. So the question now is which method the company should use? Because these 2 methods giving 2 different numbers lah. Therefore, we need to calculate the accuracy. And kalau according to question, we will calculate accuracy using MAD. Alright. Regardless, tak kira soalan ask you to calculate error or accuracy using whatever method that we learn. Use the same table. Generate the same table. Let's start with calculate MAD for 3-month moving average. So as I told you, regardless what methods that call for the or asked by the question, use this table. This table will suggest you to add in 2 more columns. What are the 2 additional column that you should add in here? Come on. Apa je? Perbezaan. Error, exactly, error. So error may refer to demand minus forecast. So the one column is demand minus forecast. Another column? Yeah, absolute number for the demand minus forecast. So demand minus forecast, where should I start? Start from month 1? Or where should I start? Start bulan berapa? 4, because there's no forecast for the first 3 months. Also, temporarily, I forgot. I ignore this one first because we are talking about 3 months. So, cari perbezaan antara demand and the forecast. Mean is 9 minus 9 equal to berapa? Tulis kat sini. Equal to berapa? Equal to berapa? So, example, 9 minus 9 is 0 lah. Then 15 minus 9.33 means should be 5.67, is it? Then 0.67. Ini negative 1.67. Ini 0. Or you get this number. Okay. Minus that. Then subsequently, how to get these columns? You get this number. Yeah, okay, the number is there. Let's show the original slides rather than my handwriting. It's the same as what I calculated, like exactly the same. Okay, so how should I convert this to the second column? The solid number. Just remove the exactly negative side to remove. Okay. Then what's the soalan asks us to calculate MAD, and this is the formula MAD. MAD call for the total or the sum of actually difference between demands and forecast. Mean, yang ini bermaksud apa? This means total of this. Why I didn't calculate for month number 9? Why I didn't calculate for month number 9? Tak ada demand. Month number 9 ialah bulan depan. We still don't know the demand lah. Okay. So how about N? N? Berapa N? 9 minus 1, 8, is it? Same as I told you in the class. No. How many? Yes, but we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 set of data. So N equal to 5. Okay, and then we calculate the total of this series of data is 8. Untuk soalan ini, it's not required to calculate the total error, but I keep as a habit lah, I just calculate. So kalau macam ni dah okay lah. MAD dah ada. Is equal to 8. 8 minus. What's MAD? 8. 5. So MAD for 3-month moving average is equal to 1.6. Semua dapat yang ni lah. Bukan semua lah. Ada 2 orang yang hantar. 2 orang yang hantar tu dapat. Dapat lah. Okay, good. Then next kita kira pula. Okay, bagus. Jafira, saya nampak you ada submit. So basically, next yang moving average. Moving average ini kita ignore weighted moving average. It's the same thing on the MAD. Ignore any lah. Ignore any. Okay, ignore any. Then is demand minus any minus. Maksudnya 9 minus 8.33, 15 minus 8.7 dapat berapa? Then tulis dekat sana. This is the one that you should get. Okay, ini semua ada dekat tutorial solution slide ya nanti ya. Remind me to show the slide toward end of the class. So I don't need to log in and share again. Okay, then untuk convert yang ini kepada column ini hanya remove whatever negative sign. Dan sekali lagi I calculate the sum and remain sama 5. So the sum here is 10.74. And if I calculate 10.74 divided by 5, I get 2.15. So 3-month moving average MAD yang kita kira tadi is 1.6. Yang weighted moving average MAD is 2.15, which is better. Which is better? 3-month moving average or weighted moving average? Come on. Moving average. Yes, 3-month moving average. Because error, right? Error, the smaller, the better. Therefore, the company using these two methods and predicted the demand for month number 9 is 11 and 11.22. And based on the error calculation, MAD is 1.6. MAD for moving average is 1.6. Weighted is 2.15. This suggested that 3-month moving average have better accuracy. Therefore, if the company want to prepare for next month production in terms of prepare the resources, the material, the manpower, the machine, then should base on this quantity. Don't base on this quantity because this quantity is more accurate. Clear? Soalan 2? Ada soalan? Ada soalan 2? Ada siapa-siapa ada soalan 2? Ada siapa-siapa ada soalan 2? Bukan apa, ada siapa-siapa ada soalan nak tanya tak untuk yang tutorial 2? Tak ada eh? Tak ada, kita go for tutorial 6. Tutorial 6, A and B I noticed 20 of you submitted. Then C only 2, sama lah tadi. So 6 ini basically is also, the nature of the soalan is the same. Basically data given. And this time is past 10 month data. Past 10 month data. Data given, time series data. And soalan number 1A, ask you to calculate using exponential smoothing. I always call exponential smoothing. Like even the book said exponentially smoothed forecast. Exponential smoothing. If exponential smoothing, then alpha must be given lah. Kalau moving average or weighted moving average tak ada alpha, hanya exponential smoothing ada. So alpha 0.3. Adjusted forecasting or adjusted exponential smoothing. Kalau adjusted maksudnya ada beta 0.2. So this question is quite high because asked for 2 different method but similar alpha lah. Nanti boleh pakai data ini untuk calculate yang ini. Kalau different alpha, oh pening kan. Then subsequently, we're going to use these 2 model. We're going to use these 2 model to forecast order untuk bulan 8. August, we're going to forecast what is the demand for August. We're going to use these 2 methods. Then definitely 2 number will be developed by these 2 model. Then we're going to calculate the accuracy. We're going to compare the accuracy of these 2 models using MAPD pula. MAPD pula. So sebelum saya lupa kan. Okay, with this table in fact, you boleh kira semua lah. Kalau dia nak MAD, yang ni MAD. Kalau dia nak MAPD, is this one, then divided by the total of the demand. Betul, that's MAPD. So if you want to calculate E, this is MAPD ya, MAPD. MAPD ialah yang A divided by the total of B ya, MAPD. If you want to calculate E, this is E. You want to calculate E bar is equal to E divided by N. So when this table dah developed, you can answer semua. Okay, so let's go one by one. This is the data that given. Then we're going to start with exponential smoothing. Exponential smoothing untuk calculate forecast for month August, kita tak boleh start dari bawah, we will start from the top. Dan dia ada dua benda yang kita assume atau there are two rules that we need to follow in exponential smoothing. What are the two? Part 1 kita dah discuss. Start calculation dekat bila? Dekat the second period lah. Start at the second period lah. Another rule that we have to follow. Forecast for October is equal to demand for October. Ini kita dah discuss dekat part 1 lah. Ini yang dua assumption atau dua guideline atau rule yang kita perlu follow untuk exponential smoothing. So kita boleh kira macam ni. Kita nak start kira lah. Okay. So this is a formula. Cara nak kira exponential smoothing like this. Okay. We know that alpha is 0.3. Alpha is 0.3. Therefore, 1 minus alpha is 0.7. Lepas ini, then from here you start writing. Ini forecast November, like November. Then you write forecast December, forecast January, forecast February, blah 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 blah. And you copy this template to every single forecast. Maksudnya macam ini. You buat ini dulu. Okay. This is a template for you to calculate exponential smoothing. Then next what you do? You fill in this number. What is the first bracket here? The first bracket referring to demand. Demand, this is the demand. So demand start dengan October. Demand for October 800. Then you fill in 800, then 725, 630, 500. Isi yang ni. Like this. Okay. Ikut yang ni. Ya, isi ke sini. Dan sini. Dan ikut sini. Jangan stop dekat sini dah. Continue dah. Continue sampai August. Tapi saya tak tunjuk semua. Lepas itu, yang ni forecast. Forecast for October berapa? Oh, tadi kita dah discuss. Forecast for October assume sama dengan demand for October. Maka ialah 800. Am I right? So this is not something new. Kita dah belajar last week. Untuk exponential smoothing, the forecast for the first period equal to the demand of first period. Refer back to your note part 1. Okay. Maka next, I can fill in here. I can fill 800 here. Okay. Then I calculate. Bila saya dah calculate, saya ganti ke sini, dapat yang ini. Dapat ini, ganti ke sini, dapat ini. Ganti ke sini, dapat ini, ganti ke sini, dapat ke sini. So this is the one that I mean. 800, then macam ini. You see? 800 saya dah kira. Saya kira 800, ganti ke sini, kira dapat 777.5, ganti ini ke sini, dapat ini, ganti ke sini, replace to here, continue until August. Is it clear? This is the best way that I can think of. Okay. Alright, so if you do this, then you will get the forecast. Okay, 775, 733, 663, I continue until August. Then you will get August 900.44. Dapat tak? Semua dapat 900.44 tak? Dapat lah. Then, in fact, adjusted exponential smoothing also boleh guna method ini, tapi saya tak tunjuk. You can derive yourself. Adjusted exponential smoothing ialah adjusted forecast is equal to forecast plus trend. Sebab dua-dua ini, alpha dia sama, 0.3, forecast is here. Kita dah ada forecast ini. Kita dah ada forecast. So, benda yang kita perlu kira ialah trend. Okay. What are the three assumptions or rules or guidelines that have been discussed in part 1 related to trend or related to adjusted exponential smoothing? Number one, I can tell you basically you say that start from the second period, right? Sama dengan yang exponential smoothing. Number two, we say that the forecast for October is same as demand for October. Ketiga, tak ada orang ingat, trend. Yes, trend for October assume equal to 0. Okay, equal to 0. So these are the three yang kita dah discuss kat chapter 1. So kita dah boleh start calculate. Untuk November, beta 0.2 kali dengan forecast November tolak forecast October plus 0.8 kali trend number 1. So it's like this. Okay, 0.2 dapat daripada mana? 0.2 dapat daripada sini. Then 800 minus 800. Okay, 800 minus 800. Lepas tu 1 minus beta 0.8. T1 ini dekat sini equal to 0. Am I right? So, you get 0. Then subsequently, adjusted forecast ialah equal to the forecast itself plus T. So, they equal to 800 plus T. You get 800. Okay. I show another ones. Untuk December, I use different color. Tadi saya guna dua ini. So December pula saya guna dua ini. So you see, 77.50 tolak 800. You get me? Yang ni. Okay. Then 0.8 maintain, 0.2 dengan jerit tak tukar kan. Ini dapat daripada? Dapat daripada sini. Okay. Then you get negative 4.5. Then yang ini 775 tambah, maksudnya tolak lah. Jadi tolak kan. Tolak yang ini negative 5.5 equal to 773.0. Okay, I think I good for me to do one more guna pen apa? Biru. So example, kalau one more sampai mana? Tadi November, December, January lah. Am I right? Hijau, biru dan hijau lebih kurang sama. Boleh bezakan tak? Okay. So I write this one first, see? 0.2. Lepas tu saya tak tahu apa. Then 0.8 saya tak tahu apa. Yang senang sikit ialah yang ni. 0.8 saya terus masukkan ini. Oh, dah tahu. Okay ya. Negative 4.5. Okay, yang dua ini dah tak apa. Tadi hijau saya dah pakai kan. Sekarang yang biru ini macam ni. So ini tolak ini. 733.25 tolak satu di atas dah 777.50. You dapat T. T dia berapa? Siapa dah kira? Ada siapa dah kira belum? Ada dua orang dah kira kan? Negative 4.5 also. Is it? Negative 4.5 also. Oh, okay. Betul, boleh percaya, tak apa kita check. Then Then yang ni nanti, yang ni ini kan. So the forecast, adjusted forecast for January. Ini susah nak tulis dekat sini sebab dia dekat hujung board saja. 3733.25 minus 4.5. 4.5 tadi, siapa write something tadi nampak kejap 12.45 ha? Someone write 12.45. Negatif 12.45, takkanlah sama. Negatif 12.45, okay. Jadi silap kan? Bukan kan? Apa? Negatif 12.45 ha, is it? So here, negatif. Dapat berapa? Dapat berapa? Dapat berapa? Sorry? We didn't calculate that, yo. I thought you done already. Seven zero two 720.8 ha. Tengok betul tak? 720.8. Oh betul, 720.8. Betul. Okay ya. So that is what I try to tell you What I try to tell you basically is, tengok cara dia macam ni lah. Yang T ni pindah ke bawah. Lepas ni yang dekat bracket yang ini ialah yang bawah tolak yang atas. Yang bawah tolak yang atas. So if you continue doing that, you will get this number. You will get this number lah. Dapat tak? Yang August ini dapat tak? 930? Dapat? Okay, good. So the next thing basically is we can calculate the accuracy or the error. So as I told you, tak kira lah dia tanya error jenis apa, guna MAPD, MADE or E bar, develop the table. So in this case, sama. When should I start? Should I start October or November? Don't start October sebab the October here is the assume. Kita buat assumption yang forecast for October same as forecast for demand for October. So we don't start for October. We start from November. So minus oh ini warna ini okay tak apalah. Minus mean 980 minus 866.34. Then you find the difference. Then you write it at the columns of error. This is called error. Demand minus forecast. So example 725 minus 800, you get negative 75. And then same as the rest. So you dapat yang ni. Then we come to the next columns is the absolute number. Then you just remove the negative sign. This question asks you to calculate MAPD. MAPD basically, you need to calculate the sum of the error, the sum of the absolute error means you have to total up all the number here and divided by the sum of the demand. So sum of demand, because we only have this set of data, so sum of demand here. Center line ni bukan saya draw, dia tiba-tiba dia keluar sendiri. I have to erase the one. Why? So it's until here. Okay, so if I total up, this will be the number that I get. Dapat number yang sama tak? Dapat Good, good. So if then you want to 1,282.86 divide by 6,910, you will get MAPD of 0.1856, or you can put it in another way, 18.56%. Apa itu tiba-tiba keluar? Okay, at 6%. Okay, ini dah siap. Then we continue. Ini hanya satu saja because this is the error for exponential smoothing. Okay, then the company also need to decide lah. Sebab tadi company ni dia dah kira dua number kan. Mana? Dia dah kira dua number. 900 atau 930. Apa yang kita tengah buat sekarang ialah kita nak decide bulan depan forecast kita nak ikut yang mana satu. So if based on this, the accuracy is 18.56. 18.56 Okay, now we kira yang cara yang kedua, which is adjusted forecast. Adjusted forecast sama dari segi cara dia. Find the difference. I got the right find the difference Then if you find the difference, then you will get this. These are the difference or so-called the error for each month. Okay, again, we're not going to calculate for October. Why? Because October, theoretically, there's no forecast. We assume 800 for the calculation of the exponential smoothing. Then August, we're not going to consider because there's no demand yet to become. Therefore, we don't know the demand. We only consider from November to July. Then remove the sign, then it become the sum of the absolute error. Then in order to calculate MPD, I need to total up this. Nah ini, and then the total demand, kita dah kira tadi lah, sama lah. So yeah, total up, I get 1264.59. And divide by the total demand, I get 0.1830. So for exponential smoothing, the MAPD yang kita dapat is 18.56%, is it tadi? And for this we get 18.30%. So which one is better? Which one is better? 18.3, lower means adjusted exponential smoothing more accurate. Means what? Means mana? The company used two models to forecast and then found that in fact this is more accurate. This is less accurate. Therefore, company ni we want to prepare the resources for next month again, like the material, the machine, the manpower for next month. It's good for the company to use this number as the next month forecast demand rather than using 900. So go for this 930. Ada soalan untuk yang nombor 6? Tak ada? Semua boleh faham?
Doktor,
Yes. Oh, yeah. Boleh faham?
macam kan yang macam tadi doktor kata lagi better kalau macam weighted dengan movie average tu letak dalam satu table yang sama kan?
Betul. Kalau boleh. Kalau tak sama pun tak apa. Tak sama pun tak apa. Sebab kita nak calculate. Depend lah. Tengok muat tak kertas. Untuk saya slide tak muat. Sebenarnya macam ni lah. So macam ni. This is the standard table yang mana dia? Okay, this one. Maybe this one better. You see, this is the standard table that I use. Tetapi untuk soalan 2 ini, dia hanya minta kira MAD. Correct? MAD kan? MAD. Sebenarnya saya tak perlu kira ni pun boleh. Saya boleh terus dapat ini. But I just make it a habit. Okay. I calculate this as well. Then here, you want to put these two together also can, but separate also no problem lah. Ini soalan you ke? Atau bukan soalan you? Is it like this?
Betul. Sebab nanti kita nak tulis yang error tu kan? Betul.
Ya. Okay. Ada soalan lain? Tak ada. Saya boleh garanti lah. Garanti apa? Saya boleh garanti soalan forecasting akan ditanya dekat final. Sure lah akan ditanya. Okay, so practice lah. Walaupun saya dah discuss, tetapi kalau siapa yang belum buat tutorial itu cuba buat. Sebab tak semesti boleh dapat number ini. Okay, tak semesti boleh dapat number ini. You have to do and then try. That's the reason that I don't mind even I show the answer scheme. You still can continue doing sebab ini perlu calculation. Okay. The next thing I want to do is basically I want to discuss test tool. Macam mana? Nak tengok markah dulu atau nak discuss answer scheme dulu? Let me think kan. Markah dulu lah. Okay, so lepas dah tengok markah, you dah tahu markah you, lepas tu baru you tengok yang jawapan, the kertas jawapan pada you kan. You can take a look, mana yang you silap lah. Okay, so kita tengok markah dulu. Markah dekat sini lah. Markah ini test tu, nanti saya tak suka inilah dia biasa hide my, tak dapat buat. Okay, view. I freeze the panel first lah. Okay, so untuk test tu dekat sini lah. Test tu is this. Test tu warna merah. Okay, warna merah. Test tu lah. Test tu 50 markah tapi dia contribute 10%. Siapa pasti get 50 markah so you can score higher lah. Then kalau I total test 1 dengan test 2 ini dia. Bukan 60 lah. 60 masukkan coursework. Tapi as per today kita dah ada 20 lah. Tak ada orang yang boleh lebih dari 20. None of you were more than 20 sebab so far we only access 20%. Your project will be 30, your individual will be 10, so total 60. So this is test 1 and this is the total test 1 and this is the total test 1 and test 2. Okay, sampai mana? Sampai okay, sini, then I go up a little bit. Okay, sampai sini. Okay. Dah. Then kita boleh start tengok mana silap lah. Group ini, section ini, the majority yang okay. Now we start talking about the. Dah kan? Ada siapa yang tak nampak dia punya result lagi? Ada tak? Okay dah dapat dah. Okay, now let me share mana. Susah lah. Too many things that I'm sharing. What appear on the screen now? Markah. Habis tunjuk markah saya. Nanti ya. Salah nak tunjuk semua ni. Share. Tak pening. Terlalu banyak benda tak open. Sekarang nampak apa? Nanti sikit, soalan tak keluar lagi. Keluar tak? Oh, okay. Yang sebelah kiri soalan, yang sebelah kanan answer scheme kan? Correct. Kalau masih remember, there's the soalan ini, soalan pertama ini basically is to calculate the sensitivity for objective function. Okay. Lepas ini answer scheme dia macam mana? Answer scheme dia kan? Soalan satu saya ingat yang ini majority boleh buat. Tetapi some of you go and round up. You go and simplify, not round, you go and simplify. You pergi buat macam ni. Then because of doing that, then there's a possibility you will make a mistake subsequently. Walaupun at this point you buat this, I also give you full mark lah. In fact, soalan satu itu majority dapat markah tinggi. Yang ni pun sama, saya dah pernah advise, janganlah simplify. Tapi ramai yang buat macam ni. Tapi at this stage dah tak kisah. Okay, I give you full mark also. Sampai sini, yang langkah ni majority of you tak buat. Apa langkah ni? Langkah ni nak cari, okay, this state is for you to identify. Sorry, I forgotten that I'm speaking for international students. So I forgotten that. Not what I forgotten. Apa saya cakap? Yang langkah ini untuk you decide, untuk you check sama ada the limit, is it one limit or two limits? So because the slopes for the objective function is in between the two slopes, therefore if there are two limits, langkah ini ramai yang tak buat. Tetapi I think I give certain mark also. I didn't give 0 lah. Okay. Majority of you dekat langkah pertama, dekat langkah. Majority of you in question 1, the mistake that made is here, was here. Majority are here. Tak ramai lah, tak ramai yang silap. Tapi the ones that make the mistake, majority of mistake are here. Sama ada here is right, but you calculate wrongly. Or some of you, a few of you sini salah, because you round it up. You round it up dekat sini you dah salah. Then a few of you, I don't know why, you did this way. I think only two of you did this way. Ini salah lah. Then ramai yang salah dekat sini. Dan sini. Ada yang sini, some of you did correctly until here, but when you calculate wrong. You calculate wrongly. Oh, this one you get it wrong. There's also one or two of you, you put in this way. Okay. You look at your answer script lah. It's with you, right? So it's good also. This type of live test, you can check. Then you will notice some of you, those that didn't get full mark in question 1, majority of you are because of this. But most of you get score full marks for Q1. Okay, especially this. I don't know why you calculate wrongly for this. A lot of you, couple of you, a few of you did wrongly. Tetapi in general, question 1 still okay. Question 2 sakit hati sikit. Question 2 mana dia? Ini kan, ini question 2 lah. Question 2. Step 1 ini majority betul lah. Step 1 ini tak silap, semua orang betul. Step 1 maksudnya raw opportunity. Raw opportunity ini semua orang dapat, maka penuh, no problem. But ramai dah, mungkin 1/3 atau lebih pada 1/3. Saya start sakit hati sampai sini. When come to column opportunity, yang ini betul. You pilih yang minimum, dan you tolak. Okay, ini dapat 0, 13, 55. Tetapi you look at your answer script, some of you, no, bukan kurang, no. Maybe 1/3 of you did wrongly here. What you did was, 0 patut tak buat apa-apa. Because column number 2, the smaller, is 0. Column number 3, 0. Column number 4, 0. Therefore, you don't need to do anything. You just copy all this down here. Okay? That's the reason here only 2 mark, because 1, 2 saja. Tak payah buat apa-apa. However, 1/3 of you did like that. You pick 8. Then, 11 tolak 8, 3, 0, 0, 0. You buat macam tu. Dan ini pilih 6. Jadi 0, 0, 0, 0. Dan ini pilih 4. Mengapa lah? Cikgu siapa yang ajar macam itu? Dan bukan saya. Sorry to say that lah. Saya kidding lah, jangan ambil apa. So but I feel a bit surprised. Sebab 1/3 yang buat macam ini. Salah, ini salah. Kalau ini salah, sepatutnya hanya dapat 5 markah saja kan. Tetapi saya assume ini, saya dah tolak markah dekat sini. Yang subsequent itu, tak kira dia kasih jawapan apa. Kalau jawapan ini selaras dengan table ini, saya kasih betul. Oh, sorry. Means I say that if you did this way, then in fact the mark that you should get is only 5 mark. But I didn't do that. I reduce the mark here. I deduct the mark here. Then I will judge your answer based on this table. Assume this table is correct. I will judge based on this. Okay, so majority salah dekat sini. make a mistake here. I don't understand why. Then, okay, look at your answer script. A few of you, you did correctly, but I don't know why you drew another line here. A few of you, why you drew another line here? You draw another line, is it? Okay. Because of that, I want to say something also. There are also students that the answer that given, there's no line. Dia tak ada line. Answer yang dia kasih itu tak ada line. But I suspect in that. Okay, I suspect the student did the draft answer in one piece of paper. So one the student got the answer, perhaps he copied the answer into the answer script. When he copied the answer to the answer script, then he or she forgotten to draw the line. So the whole solution without line, but the answer is correct. The answer is correct. You get me? Okay. So ada yang draw the line here, but not only you, Chris, including another section. I don't know why. Maybe it's the penyakit online test. You know what is penyakit online test? Penyakit online test. Penyakit online test ialah satu penyakit yang tak dapat dijumpa, tak dapat dia apa? Satu orang salah, sure ada orang yang lain yang salah. Apa sebab dia kan? Dia faham lah mengapa kan? Ini penyakit, seorang salah, yang lain semua salah. Ini salah internet kan? Kalau tak ada internet, tak ada masalah penyakit ini. Okay, so then kalau if you draw the fault line, then you're going to make a mistake here. Here is no more 1. You're going to write 5 here, you're going to plus 4 here, then subsequently you'll be wrong. But I'm not going to give you 0. I will base on your final box and judge your answer. Then tadi tersebut, some of you, few of you, dia tinggal pakai ni saja. Then terus from here directly go to the answer without drawing the line saying that optimum. No, reach here, write nothing, explain nothing, then terus masuk kepada answer. That maybe is I explained earlier, maybe because drafted the answer in another piece of paper. When you copy, you've forgotten. Okay, then you should draw the line. You should draw the line. The line is with mark. Markah line pun tak ada markah lah. Ada orang yang draw 5 line, ada yang draw 5 line. Now you kira, I don't know whether this section or the previous section, you kira ada student and they draw 5 line. Then you will get the answer here. Regardless this answer, if you give this answer, then the subsequency, then this is alternative. It could be also you start with this answer, then the alternative gives, and the distance is 50 km. Okay, so the one that I really don't understand is this, and not only one, many, and across section 1, section 2 all make the same mistake, and that is because of the penyakit online test. Kalau seorang salah buat, salah internet, sebab dekat dunia ni dah ada internet, dekat zaman saya dulu tak ada internet, penyakit ini takkan ada. Sekarang sebab ada internet, seorang salah, ramai yang salah. Okay, so that is so be careful if you in your final exam, kalau you can draft your answer in a piece of paper, but when you copy the answer script, make sure you copy every single one. And then in your final, remember, scan, after you scan, check, you submitted every single pages. Don't in the end for test, I accept lah. If you let me know right after that, you say, I forgot to scan one page, okay, I accept. But in final, perhaps not, because you submitted to e-learning, Okay. Alright. Jumpa mistake sendiri kalau tengok answer script. Answer yang you dah buat itu, memang kan dah nampak kan. So that is the one. So by saying so, we done the tutorial for this. Then saya tak sempat nak tak apa itu, okay. Then The thing left is we're going to meet again next Monday to talk about queuing theory. Last chapter, project, if any problem, we can WhatsApp me. You want to discuss queuing theory, not going to spend 2 hours. So perhaps after that, we can discuss project as well. Okay. Ada soalan?
Doctor, if the line draw together with the answer is okay one or
Okay,
need to
okay. No
separate?
problem, no problem. No problem.
Okay,
Hmm.
thank you, Doctor.
Apa saya nak buat? Oh, attendance. Tapi yang apa? Assignment tak akan ditanya lagi lah dekat final kan, assignment. Final nanti akan tanya apa? Transportation, itu. Tak perlu attendance. Okay, section 2. Kita start pukul 12. Mana 12? Okay. You can scan and then siapa yang dah scan itu nak keluar itu boleh keluar lah. Then see you again on Monday, is it? Yang Monday. Well, not Monday, it's Wednesday, okay? Alright, everyone. Not happy with your test 2 result, is it so quiet? Oh. Super quiet. Okay, not happy.
Thank you,
Tak
Doctor.
apa. Kalau tak happy, tak apa. Tutorial make sure semua dah buat. Sebab tadi saya tunjuk you kan, at the end I'm going to check the yang e-learning dia bagus dari segi dia boleh generate report. Saya tengok ada klik, ada tick itu. Dan saya buat spot check kalau semua dah ada. Saya buat spot check a few. Jangan tipu saya dah, jangan hantar kertas kosong lepas tu scan dah hantar lah. Saya dapat tangkap, saya tengok the size of the file dah tahu lah. Alright, then that's it lah. Take care everyone. Okay. As what we predicted in last 2 weeks, that the case increased, that 7,000 plus. Our forecasting model is so accurate, unfortunately. I also wish that this will not happen. So take care everyone, and then that's it. See you on next Wednesday.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Doctor.
Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Tadi
Thank you,
kita ada record
Doctor.
kan?